Alzate. So both managers have decided to shuffle the pack as they both go for the quarter-finals of this competition. There's the Bolivian goalkeeper, Hugo Suarez. This will be only his fourth cap. He generally is the backup man to Sergio Galaza, who's played in the other two games of this competition, but tonight he's got his opportunity. Both nations have won the Copa America in the past. Peru a couple of times, 1939 and more recently in 1975. Bolivia, their only victory was on home soil back in 1963. In fact, Peru have the upper hand in recent meetings in this competition. Bolivia have only won one of the last 7. Meeting in the Copa America ended in a resounding victory for Peru on home soil, 4-1 3 years ago. If Bolivia can get revenge for that, then Joselito Vaca and his teammates may find themselves easing their way into the final 8. Gary Birtles is alongside me, looking ahead to this one in this wonderful scenery.
Strange one with Peru. They swept Uruguay aside in the first game, and you thought, well on the way, and then a bit contentious the game against the hosts. Big chance for them tonight to qualify, and Bolivia, don't count them out. I saw them against Venezuela, scored late on, got back in the game, never give up. Creative players in midfield. Bit of a surprise that Arce's out up front. I've been quite impressed with him. He's quite lively at times. He's a very quiet first half and then comes into the game in the second half. But obviously the coach thinks something else is needed, freshening it up a bit. And he's got to be positive though. Bolivia, they are bottom, but there is still an outside chance. They can play a part.
Claudio Pizarro, of course, now of Chelsea, was troubled a little bit by a muscle problem in the run-up to this game. But he's okay, having passed a fitness test, so Chelsea fans can have another look at him. We have seen plenty of him, of course, from the Bundesliga. It seems to take an awfully long time to get these games going.
I said before, players hate it, hanging around. They just want that whistle to blow to get on with it. Gone through all the preparations.
Stadium holds 42,000 people. Built 2 years ago at a cost of £60 million. And the referee finally has got proceedings underway in Merida at the Estadio Metropolitano. Peru looking to come forward early on. The ball is worked across to Ismodes, who's one of the new men. Knocked in from the right-hand side, well defended by the Bolivian captain Peña. Very much the rock on which this Bolivian defense is built. And he will step up to launch the Free kick forward. It's a decent layoff.
There's no point in any of these two teams sitting back. They've both got to be positive, but not in a gung-ho fashion. It's got to be
There's a chance
measured
early on there, just foraging into the box for Bolivia. They still have it. Pulled back, just wide. It was a good early chance for the Bolivians, falling to Jaime Moreno, formerly of Middlesbrough, of course.
terrific build-up, good patient play. A decent ball, and you expect Moreno to hit the target at least. You could see the disappointment on his face.
Well, he is still being credited with that goal in the opening game against Venezuela in the 2-2 draw, even though it looked for all the world as if it was knocked in by a defender.
It was. I did the game, and it was clearly an own goal, but I haven't got a problem with that. Strikers should try and claim everything that's hit towards goal, but now the rule says if it's not going in, when the deflection comes, you don't get it. But obviously different rules in South America.
It was a fairly uneasy touch from the goalkeeper Hugo Suarez, who rather sliced his clearance. Colombia knocking it forward with Chasmani Campos, looking for Moreno again. Just tucked out of play by De La Haza. Moreno again with the cross this time. It's easily blocked by Rodriguez. There's a player down injured, a Peruvian. Player will be brought back. It's Moreno who's gone down.
It's a blatant body check here. No chance of getting out of the way of that. The one thing that's been a little bit disappointing is the quality or lack of quality from wide areas when there's no pressure on the ball. We just saw Moreno a minute ago there. Chance to put it in the box. It's not got above waist high. A number of times we've seen that in many of the games.
Reyes spreading it across to Galicio, who drives it forward. There's no flag. That's good defending by Peru.
That's very good defending. It looked like Bolivia had stole a march there. Long ball into the channel.
Edgar Villamarin making a good start, having been brought into the side. This is Hoyos for Bolivia. He's gone off on a run, but halted just as the ball was played. Fairly muted start to this Group A match. Generally, of course, in World Cups and Euros, you get the final group games played simultaneously, but not in the Copa America. This will be followed by the meeting between Venezuela and Uruguay, which, of course, is live on Sky Sports 1 straight after this. Suspicion of a foul throw there by Hoyos, but he got away with it. Here's Marino. Peru are able to clear. Free kick awarded to the Peruvians for that nudge.
There's been a lot of atmosphere in the ground so far. It seems very quiet and subdued at the moment.
This is Vilches for Peru, and Moreno knocks it back. It's a poor ball across field by Reyes, and it's put his team in danger here. Guerrero with the crossfield ball. Jefferson Farfan of PSV Eindhoven will keep it in and deliver the cross. Up goes Guerrero again, but no contact this time.
Well, that Peruvian attack was brought on by Bolivia, giving the ball away in bad areas again. Seen them do that several occasions, and it's cost them. See a lot of those niggly little fouls. Stops the tempo of the game.
Another stoppage. Hasn't been a very flowing start to this game so far. Sergio Alvarez slow to get to his feet. Suarez is eager to get things going up ahead of him. 23-year-old goalkeeper who made his international debut 4 years ago, but this is only his 4th cap. Some good play in midfield by Campos. Hoyos likes to get forward down that right-hand side. And has won a corner kick.
The man Bolivia want on the ball more than anybody is Mojica. A very good first game, but Uruguay obviously spotted that the second game, stuffed him out completely. And maybe his confidence after that game is not so high, but he is the man who can unlock defences if he gets the time.
Moreno will be looking to get on the corner kick, and he did with the back heel. Came off a defender, so another corner to the Bolivians. Good pressure for them.
Again, not the best of deliveries. Just above knee height. At least they're mixing it up. They're trying something different this time.
Flag's gone up there. So it'll be a free kick to Peru. We'll get to see the first chance of the game for either side, really.
Bolivia had that opening where Moreno could have hit the target, but didn't.
Now Butron is the undisputed #1 for Peru. Campos, who's been in the thick of it in midfield, getting the header in. This is Alvarez. Now Peña. Alvarez again. They do like to get forward, these Bolivian fullbacks. Moreno. Alvarez has continued his run. It's a lovely turn. No one in the 6-yard box for him. It was in front of Moreno, but good work by the left back.
This is a terrific play. Look at this other ability. Little turn, reverses it. There's nobody gambling at that far post. Too much pace on it when he hits it. I think he was going for goal. Maybe not too sure of his angles, but give Bolivia credit. Being positive, and at the moment Peru look a bit pedestrian.
Seen much from Claudio Pizarro as yet. Clearly he's a man that Peña and Raldez and the other Bolivian defenders are going to have to keep a real eye open for. Reyes takes the free kick quickly.
So far in the games they've played Bolivia, they've looked pretty good in the build-up. But then they do that, they give it away, and it's in silly areas. And at this level, you get punished for that. But what they've lacked is just that cutting edge further up the pitch, as we saw there when Alvarez got in. Just needs a bit more composure in that sort of area.
Hoyos down the line.
The better teams, when they get in those areas, punish opposition. And if Bolivia had that sort of player who could do that, they might get a lot closer to a lot of the big teams.
It is seen as a bit of a backwater in South American football. Here's Alvarez again, though, getting forward once more. Campos trying to squeeze it through. Peru doing the defensive work well, though. This is Ronald Raldez. Hoyos brought to his knees. A free kick. Bolivia perhaps just shading the opening, Gary.
Well, without a doubt. Peru don't look like a team. If they win this game, they know they'll qualify. Very, very nervy, very cautious. Maybe Bolivia are feeding off that.
Well, they do need to win, Bolivia. That's one thing we do know. That draw's no good to them, so they are going to try and be positive. There's the ball into the box. Flag's gone up again.
Again, the flag went up, but when the chance came, or the half chance, lack of composure, adrenaline rush, and it was just smashed 60 foot up in the air. That's what you learn, though, as you go along. Bounces off there, and the flag goes up. But if they can keep this team together and progress with it, who knows?
They do, of course, struggle on their travels, Bolivia, because of the fact that they play their home games at such high altitude. La Paz is the highest capital city in the world at 11,000 feet.
To be fair to Owen Sanchez, I think he may have taken that into consideration a little bit, because they've not looked out of place in the games they've played. Drawn with Venezuela, the 1-0 defeat against Uruguay. So, you know, maybe he's taken that into consideration and saying, right, we can't just depend on our home form and teams coming and not being able to cope with it. We've got to go away, we've got to set up right, we've got to be ready to compete with the better teams on their terms. And to be fair to them, they've not disgraced themselves at all.
Here's Vilches for Peru, the left back.
It's an easy thing to blame your away form, because you're at home and it's high altitude, and oh well, we don't travel as well because we've got this high altitude and we win games at home. And I think the coach may have taken that on board and said, right, we're not using that as an excuse. You're talented players, go out and express yourself, and so far they've not done a bad job.
Peru doing a decent job getting forward at the moment. But Bolivia again have repelled the first attack. A decent ball out of defence by Rodriguez. Battling for possession, but it's not clear. Campos has hurt himself. He's in a little bit of trouble, Jasmine Campos, who has had a spell in Brazil but now plays in Bolivia for the Oriente club.
He seems to have got a dead leg, doesn't he? He's trying to tell the referee something happened off the ball.
He's one of the ones who's been brought in. It's only his third appearance for his country, so he won't want it to end prematurely. He's probably going to be able to run that one off. He's only 19 years old.
And it's just a follow through there, straight into his thigh. No intent. The clearance and the knee right into his thigh. Dead leg. Not very nice, but as you say, soon run them off.
Peru getting forward. Tumble in the box, but not even an appeal, really.
Last couple of minutes, we've just seen Peru lifted a little bit. A couple of attacks where they look bright and inventive. They've got pace in and around the box.
It's the 18-year-old Damian Ismodes who will take the corner kick. A chance on the edge of the box. It's really well defended. As the defender Rodriguez trying to get the shot in. Away by Peña for Bolivia. Campos is back on his feet and seemingly moving with a little more ease as Guerrero strokes it out to Ismodes down the right. Trying to get beyond Alvarez. Is there space for the cross? It's a decent one. It's a wonderful piece of skill. And it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Guerrero with the acrobatics.
This is a decent ball in. It's good ability here. Great chest control. Give the goalkeeper credit there. He was alert, ready for it.
Corner taken quickly. Play on, says the referee. Bolivia will do just that. Can they break? It's a clever ball across field. This is Campos. He's got Moreno in the middle, but it's been blocked by the Peruvian defence. Alberto Rodriguez got his foot in the way. He's still feeling that knock, I think.
Look at this for ability, concentration, terrific technique and good goalkeeping. Doesn't take a chance, bounces in front of him and does exactly the right thing, palms it away from goal.
Corner for Bolivia then, which Vaca will make. Easily cleared.
Again, it's poor, isn't it?
Joselito Vaca getting the cross in there, but there was an infringement in the box. Just offside.
Well, just coming out, interfering with play, no. It is frustrating for coaches when they can see a man on the ball in a wide area, no pressure on him at all, just cannot beat the first man on the edge of the box with the ball.
Modes knocks it back. Rodriguez across, but no forward momentum for the Peruvians at the moment. This is Vilches. Chancey one back to his goalkeeper. There was just an element of danger there, but it was knocked away comfortably by Butrón.
A strong athletic team, Peru, especially when they're getting the opponents off. Pace and power there. Just got to utilise it better.
Whistle's blown. Rios just bumped away by Paulo Guerrero, who's been in the thick of it pretty much from the start.
Well, so far, the man I mentioned earlier, Mojica, I don't think we've mentioned him in commentary yet, which is a disappointment for Bolivia after his start to the tournament.
He's the number 8 if you're looking out for him. Here's the free kick, easily cleared. Alvarez forward. Header infield is a decent one. Vaca. Rios, strongly challenged by his opposite number, Vilches.
They do well, Bolivia. They get both fullbacks forward quickly. One doesn't get him, the other one does. Now they've got to look for quality. They've got to concentrate and put in a decent ball in, which they haven't done so far. I'd like to think a left-footed player would play this one and whip it in with pace. Make it difficult for the goalkeeper to come and difficult to defend.
Joselito Vaca is standing over the ball.
If they're going to be a left foot, I'd leave that near post area vacant so people can get across there. It's blocking it off at the moment, if it comes in indeed with a left foot, which it doesn't.
It's played in cleverly and short and then completely miskicked. It was Mojica, Gary, actually. Here they come again, though. Drive from distance, easily held on to, though, by Leo Butrón.
Half-decent attempt at goal, but bounces in front of the goalkeeper, is well behind it, but the previous one was the better chance. Well-worked free kick. Everybody thought it was coming in the box, and Peru didn't pick up on it at all. A lot of space, a lot of time for Mojica, and an adrenaline rush. Totally missed his kick and made himself a little bit stupid.
Coming up to 20 minutes of what's been a fairly eventful match so far, given the high quality and goal-scoring excitement that this tournament has generated thus far. Three goals so far in Copa America 2007 is a brilliant return. 10 last night. No sign of any here yet this evening.
I think the big difference is between the favourites for the tournament and the teams who may do well or could qualify is up front. When the half chance comes along, the good teams, the favourite teams, the Argentinas, the Brazils, they'll take the chances, whereas teams like Bolivia get about maybe 4 or 5 chances and don't put them away. That's why goal scorers get paid more money than anybody else. Hardest job in the business.
Well, Peru have this man, Guerrero, who is a goal scorer, and also Farfan, who's done really well in the Dutch league. And of course, Claudio Pizarro as well. Really managed to fashion a real opportunity between them. Only Guerrero's acrobatic overhead kick, which
Well, you mentioned Pizarro.
saved.
He's hardly been mentioned by you could say.
No, it's a fairly quiet one, as has the Bolivian partner to Jaime Moreno tonight, and Averis.
It was a surprise seeing Arce out because he's lively. He flits in and out of games, but he's always a threat because of his movement in the final third.
There is Pizarro. Ismordes. Good bit of trickery by him. It's brought to a rather brutal end. But he's a tricky-looking youngster, only 18 years old.
I do love to see players pick the ball up, and the first thing in their mind, the intention is to commit defenders, run at defenders, and that's what you get. They'll commit the fouls. They'll give you a chance to hurt the opposition.
Well, Peru may have the chance to hurt Bolivia now, because Moreno is lining up the free kick. 5 red shirts to aim at in that box. His first start of the competition, having come on as a substitute in the 2 previous games. It's not a very good free kick, though.
I'm just fed up and repeat myself regarding that. I think it's criminal that players cannot put a ball in an area with no pressure on them at all at this level.
Especially a South American player, Gary.
I mean, it must be a nightmare for the centre half, because you go up, it's awful having to run 60, 70 yards and then run 60, 70 yards back when you've got nowhere near a ball because the quality's not been put in.
Jefferson Farfan has picked up the first yellow card of the night for that lunge.
I think that's unfortunate. They're both high there. There's no real intent from Farfan. It wasn't a full-blooded challenge. And if both players are going up that high, then I don't see how the referee can give one way or the other.
This is Peña. Bolivia looking to build again. Vaca. Now Hoyos. It's a lovely ball. Vaca tries to drive the ball in. It'll fall to Moreno. It's a clever effort, and it's a brilliant goal. And Bolivia have taken the lead, and their hopes and dreams are very, very much alive.
Well, there you see the quality of the man. Apparently he's in fantastic form in America, and you can see why there. That is a stunning finish. Totally meant, saw the goalkeeper off his line, steadied himself, and look at the delight on that bench, and understandably so. Good, bright move again. Look at this, steadies himself, his body's still when he hits it. Goalkeeper a long way off, knows exactly what he's doing, and that is perfection. 2 players stood in offside positions there. Are they interfering with the goalkeeper? Could be a case for it. Not given, and it would have been cruel to disallow that goal with the quality you saw from that man Moreno.
A man who only got 2 goals in his time at Middlesbrough has got 2 goals in the Copa America, albeit one which is dubious to say the least. Offside flag against Peru, who, if they lose this game, could be in trouble themselves, because if they don't get a point or 2 or 3 here, and Uruguay beat Venezuela, Peru could finish bottom of the group and out. So it's put the match and the whole group situation on a knife edge, that wonderful goal by Jaime Moreno. Brilliantly taken. Just what the game needed, really, for the neutrals. And here come Bolivia again. Not this time.
You have to say, well done to Bolivia. They're approaching the game exactly as they should do. They need to win it. They're bright. There's a lot of invention, a lot of creation, good movement in the final third. And they've got a man in Moreno who is full of confidence. Look at this for a finish. Steadies himself. And look, still when he hits it. Didn't try and put too much on it. Just perfectly still, body shape superb, and just eases it over the top of the goalkeeper.
Well, this is the Copa America 2007. You didn't think we were going to go too long without a goal, did you, in this extraordinary competition? Hasn't been a nil or draw yet. It won't be tonight.
I think it needed that for Peru, maybe to fight back and get involved in this, because at the moment they're not involved.
Here's Mojica trying to get the cross in towards Andaveris, but wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best at all. Again, no pressure on the ball. I can't remember a decent ball being put in. There's been a lot of opportunity to put the ball in a decent area. And again, that's a frustration for strikers, because they make the runs, they get in good areas, and the delivery just doesn't do them any favours whatsoever.
Certainly good value for their lead at the moment, the Bolivians. Campos trying to get forward there. Now they have a chance, Peru. Ball knocked forward by Galicio to Guerrero. Good interception by Alvarez. And here's Vaca.
How do they approach it now, Bolivia? First time they've been in front in any of the games. Do they sit back, or do they keep pushing forward? Keep pushing forward the way they're playing.
Absolutely. Look at the quality that Peru do have up front.
I just think Peru have been a little bit taken aback by the start of Bolivia. Maybe they thought it was going to be rather comfortable for them. Clearly not at the moment.
No, they're going to have to face another corner now. And that's the man who's wonderfully judged and beautifully executed finish separates these two sides. 33 now, Moreno. First really came to attention in the 1994 World Cup. He's gone behind for another corner.
It's a better delivery, more pace, better height, makes Peru defend it.
Marin with the clearance. This time the corner is short. Campos with the chip into the box. Tempted back header doesn't really come off.
What I do like about Bolivia, they mix it up from corners. One goes in the box near post, and the next one's short. Gets opponents thinking, it drags you out, brings two players out, and then it leaves more gaps in the box. Good coaching. Mind you, he was a good player as well. Erwin Sanchez.
He certainly was. He and Marco Echeverri, arguably the two great heroes of Bolivian football. 37 years old, the coach, although his career did end in rather ignominious circumstances. He retired shortly after being banned for 18 months for assaulting a referee.
I think we all felt like doing that, to be fair.
Yeah, he actually did it.
Yeah. We never go that far. We never step that past that mark.
Hold yourself back. Don't forget, coming right up on Sky Sports 1, as soon as this game ends, it will be the hosts, Venezuela, against Uruguay. Nothing, of course, will be sorted out in Group A until that match is over, but it'll be a wonderful atmosphere with the hosts having qualified and Uruguay hoping to join them, possibly at the expense of Peru. It could be at the moment, with Bolivia sneaking in.
I think Uruguay have been the most disappointing out of the four teams so far in this group. Absolutely battered against Peru and didn't look confident against Bolivia in the 1-0 win. They got the win, which is the all-important thing. I think Venezuela will fancy their chances.
Augusto Andaveris has had a fairly quiet game, 28 now, but only winning his 8th cap. Here's the corner It's Anderveris who plays it back. Great strike, just wide.
Just not defending at all at the moment, Peru. They're allowing Bolivia time, space to put the ball in. And again, it's just a little lack of quality that's letting Bolivia down. 1-0 up, but could have been better for them.
Campos, the youngster, has no qualms about shooting from distance. That's the second time he's let fly. Both have been off target.
Just second best Peru at the moment.
Might have a chance here, although it's well defended. Alvarez just making sure the ball goes away for the throw. Guerrero waits in the 6-yard box.
He's the only one out of the three up front who's impressed at the moment.
Ismodes with the throw. Almost sneaked through there. Goalkeeper was on hand.
Pizarro's been non-existent, as has Farfan. Guerrero looks anything like when he's got the opportunity. There's nothing's being created from midfield at all.
Play in defence there by Roberto Rodriguez, and here's Ismodes, who's arguably been Peru's most lively player, the youngster.
It's good pressing again by Bolivia, closing it down very quickly.
This is Ismodes once more.
He's the man. They want him on the ball. I think Bolivia realise that, and every time he gets the ball, there are two round him. They can't stop it by fair means, they stop it by foul means.
It is a foul conceded by Campos. Marinho will curl in the free kick right-footed. There's the header, and there's the equaliser. Peru are level with the header from the delivery by Moreno. It's Pizarro, the skipper, who's done it. Chelsea fans, that's what you can look forward to next season. Peru fans, you're back in it.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. The one ball with quality that's been put in allows you to attack it and get you back in the game. Look at the quality of this ball. Put right in the right area. It allows the strikers, centre-halves to attack it. It's a long way out as well. What a good header this is. Slightly behind him, generates the power. That's a perfect header. Down, in the corner. So difficult for goalkeepers to save that, and he's not been involved, but that's the quality of the man. 33 minutes in, hardly seen him, equalises.
Yeah, one chance, buried. Chelsea fans will be licking their lips at the prospect of more of that, but Bolivia in this game looking to try and get themselves back in front quickly. Pizarro and Drogba, perhaps.
We saw that goal to equalise, and that's why I harp on about quality or lack of it from wide areas. If the quality's good, you get what you got there, an equaliser, because it allows strikers to get half a yard on the markers, to attack it, and your centre-halves are there as well. If it doesn't beat the first man, you've got no chance at all, and everything goes to waste.
Well, it's opened up the group again. A draw, if it is to be a draw, will complicate matters even further. Alvarez for Bolivia. Campos. Alvarez, as he likes to, has got forward again from left back, but this time it's been swiftly halted.
We don't want predictable, do we? We want confusion. No. And
you're right, we do.
Look at that for a header. Slightly behind him, generates the power. Back to where it's come from. If you open a textbook up and said perfect header, you'd read Pizarro against Bolivia.
Well, can Vaca produce a similarly devastating delivery for Bolivia from this corner? Still alive. Moreno trying to get in there. It's not clear yet. Still not clear by Peru.
Better defending though.
Strike came in the end. Campos again.
Well, this time Peru were a little bit more on the front foot, closing down better. Before in the first half, they sat back a little bit and allowed too much space. Look at that for a block. That's commitment. That's what they weren't showing in the first 15-20 minutes.
Joselito Vaca with the deflected cross in. It's easily headed clear. Reyes was caught in possession there, but it
Just a bit.
actually was a foul by Farfan.
The steamroller coming through.
Alvarez. Moreno unable to get down the outside that time. Vaca goes down rather in hope than expectation. No free kick.
Should have booked him.
There's Marino. Scored in the opening win against Uruguay, 3-0. Subsequently defeated Peru by Venezuela. Currently drawing with Bolivia. It's been a really tight group, this one. As you said, Gary, all
That
four
was
teams
tight.
have shown the ability to win games. Vaca. Keeper won this time. Flicked away by Vilches. Complete the clearance. Seven minutes to go to half-time. One apiece in the final night's action in Group A. Venezuela and Uruguay to come. Rios. Just assessing the options up ahead of him. There aren't many, so he's gone back to Raldez. This is Alvarez on the ball now. Peña. Raldez forward once more, but it's not going to reach its target there. Moreno was running down the inside right channel, but it was too far ahead of him.
Well, that man in your picture, Sanchez has made changes, and the one up front surprises me is Arce's not in, and Alvarez has just done nothing at all in this first half to help his strike partner. Again, you look for movement, you look for ideas, and you look to hear his name mentioned, and I just cannot remember him being involved in any shape or form in this first half.
It's Moreno who's shone, as he so often does for Bolivia. Peru looking to get forward. It's a good opening here. It was not played in particularly well, though, and it was an easy clearance for the Bolivians.
But it all came from Bolivia's mistake again, giving that ball away in midfield. No need to do what they do there. The number of times they've given it away cheaply, and straight away the opposition are on the attack and in your penalty box. They've got to cut that sort of thing out.
Calicio squeezing it forward to Pizarro. Wanted to go for the 1-2, didn't come off, but there's a real chance here for Peru. Clipped away, but headed behind by Mojica.
Well, they're having a real go at him. I don't know why. He's done ever so well to get to the byline. I think they wanted just drilling across the face of the goal. If anybody's at the far post, only needs somebody coming in there. Two have gone to the near post. Don't blame the young boy.
He's done really well, and Carlos Marino will try and get the corner onto a Peruvian head, and he does. It's a Good save by Suarez, but another chance.
Again, good delivery, gives you a chance.
Mojica out to Hoyos. It'll be a corner.
One thing they don't do is give up Bolivia. In the first game, behind twice, kept going, kept the belief, got back in the game against Uruguay. They lost by the odd goal, but the last 15 minutes were rather nervy ones for Uruguay.
The Peruvians won't want to go behind again just before half-time. It's the flick. Was Andaveris actually getting his head to the ball there, but unable to find a teammate. Peña swings it out wide again. Campos. Mojica's ball forward has got too much on it.
That was poor. Predictable.
Apologies for the slight loss of picture there, but we're back with you. And Mojica is coming forward for Bolivia, trying to find Andaveris. Leo Butron out quickly. Didn't get a game in the last Copa America, although he was in the Peruvian squad. But he's played a full part this time. Hoyos tangling with Marino and winning the battle. That's clever skill. Reyes. Campos. Moreno, the Bolivian scorer of that excellent goal, finds Alvarez, but his progress is checked. As Nodes away.
You know, just take up some intelligent positions, drops deep.
Play on, says the referee. Good decision. Alvarez squeezing it forward, and it's a free kick right on the edge of the box.
I think the referee allowed the advantage, and as soon as the free kick was given, booked the perpetrator. There's the original foul. The referee's got him for that.
Second Peruvian into the book following Farfan is Rodriguez. Now, some debate about what's to be done from this free kick. Campos, as we've seen already in this game, enjoys a crack from distance. Gualberto Mojica is also standing over the ball, a player who's played in Romania during his career.
Good referee, and first time I've seen a referee pace it out and get a wall back to where he wants them to.
A good advantage initially, Gary, as well. Let the play flow. It's resulted in this free kick. Mojica, hands on hips, sizes up the task ahead. Be a great time to score in the final minute of the first half.
It's always a great time to score. First, last, 40th, 50th.
It's Mojica, and the wall has done its job.
It's a poor free kick, no conviction at all.
Hoyos forward, though. He's got round the outside, whips the cross in towards the skipper Peña, who'd stayed up. Couldn't make any contact. We're into the added minute. The shot comes in and is held by a furious Leo Butron. Obviously feels the man striking the ball should have been shut down. Peru coming forward with Guerrero, who looked to have just caught something on the way through there. Won't be too long before he can get some treatment.
Looks like he's holding his hamstring there.
Yeah, you don't want to lose him. Now one last final chance perhaps for the Bolivians. It's in towards Anderveris, and it's smacked in by Campos brilliantly, and they've regained the lead just before half-time. Super goal, 2-1 Bolivia.
Can't tell you how good this goal is. I mean, the ball, the long diagonal ball was good, the cross was good, but the finish, you think, well, he's going to blast this straight into the crowd, over the running track. Take your time, steady yourself. Does none of that. He just got the confidence and the ability to just smash it. Watch when he comes out. He could have done anything with that, could have gone anywhere, but look at this for a finish. Good technique, over the ball, doesn't lean back, and what a fantastic finish. Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, what a way to get your first international goal, only on your third appearance. It's virtually the last kick of the game, and Bolivia have regained the lead through Campos after Moreno had put them one up. Pizarro equalised, but going into the second half, it's the Bolivians who have the upper hand in Merida.
And there's still the second half to come. Trevor Francis and Paul Merson are my guests in the studio. We'll be hearing from them in a couple of minutes. Bolivia have the reasons to be cheerful at half-time. If it stays this way, they're on their way through to the quarter-finals.
Two birdies.
Sky Sports brings you two big golf events on the same day.
Oh, yes, sir.
First up, the European Open.
That's a wonderful shot.
Golf's big hitters will be teeing off at the K Club.
What a shot. Top draw.
Then the hot shots of the Senior Tour get together for a major showdown, the US Senior Open.
Yeah, it's a terrific performance.
A golf double in association with the Royal Bank of Scotland starts Thursday at 10 a.m. Sky Sports 1.
Check this out. Free delivery on all appliances rated A for energy efficiency over 249.
So, what are people supposed to do with their old ones?
We strap them onto rockets, whoosh them into space. OK, when we deliver a new appliance, we disconnect and recycle the old one, connect the new one, take away the old packaging.
All for free.
Smart. Very smart.
Free delivery, connection and recycling. Currys, with you in mind.
Crowded House are back with their amazing new album, Time on Earth, featuring the single Don't Stop Now. Spend some time on Earth in the company of Crowded House, out now.
Isn't it great when you just get to where you need to be without hanging about in queues and wasting time? That's BMI time.
This summer, when you buy Coke, you get music. You can win an iPod or free songs on...
Paraguay came out second. Within 21 seconds, Paraguay found the back of the net. Now, as a coach, does this have positive effects or negative effects to be first out?
Not really. I just some people, when I was playing, I liked to get out. I didn't like to sit in the dressing room unless it was freezing cold, and then I would like to sit in the dressing room. So, no, if they're waiting this long, yeah, you can get stiff if you're standing around having a chat. But if they keep on the move, you know, probably have a little bit of an advantage.
The other night as well, we had a goalkeeper fixing the net, but that's a different story. What about Pizarro for you in that first half? Chelsea fans would be keen to get an update on how you think he's been playing.
He hasn't really done anything. He scored a good goal, which centre forwards, that's what it's all about, is scoring goals. But he hasn't done much since, you know, bar that. I think they've got to be a bit more threatening up front, Peru. I think they've been the main three, who I think are as good a three as any three in this competition, have been quite quiet, really. Guerrero.
I think because of his height and his strength, he's always going to be, you know, one that's going to, you know, do okay in English football. Because the way that we play, you know, we do get a lot of balls into the penalty box, and you saw there that, you know, it wasn't in open play, it was a free kick from the right-hand side, but the quality was good, and he used his upper body strength to get in front of the defender, and the header was an excellent one.
Well, Pizarro has been carrying thigh injury. Pleased to see him out for the second half. Let's rejoin our commentary team, shall we? Gary Birtles and John Anderson.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. Yes, Peru are finally out onto the field of play. This seems to be a tradition in Copa America. The referee comes out and stands around. One team comes out, stands around as well, and then finally all 22 players and the officials are assembled on the pitch for the second half. Well, it's been an excellent first half. The 2007 Copa America goal count now stands at 46, and I tell you what, I'd be surprised if we haven't wrapped up the half-century by the end of tonight. Venezuela and Uruguay still to come, of course. Bolivia leading 2-1 here, with a real chance of joining Venezuela in the last 8 if they can win this game. Positive start to the second half as the shot flashes wide of Butron's goal.
Well, they're not going to sit back, are they? They're going to keep going forward, try and put the game out of the reach of the Peruvians. Decent strike, keep it scrambling across. Man again, impressive in the first half, not just with his goal, but with his movement, his intelligence in dropping short, dragging defenders out of the comfort zones, creating space for others.
Hazard going over there. Israel Zuniga has replaced the ineffectual Jefferson Farfan, former Coventry City man, of course. Actually trained as a dentist and didn't come into football until he was 22. Had a couple of seasons with the Sky Blues. Did manage to score on one occasion in the Premiership against Manchester United, but overall not a great success in the Midlands.
No surprise to see Farfan go off. We know he's got all the ability in the world, but he's not shown any of that in the first half at all. Didn't seem to want to get involved. And another one who we were looking at half-time, going through the team, thinking, well, who could make an impact? De La Haza, not mentioned him once in the game. Where is he?
Just another note on Israel Zuniga. He did score against Bolivia in this competition in 1999. So Peru will be hoping history can repeat itself there, but at the moment, Bolivians good value for their 2-1 lead. Fabulous goals by Moreno and Campos. In between, a header by Chelsea new boy Claudio Pizarro. It's been another entertaining game. Galicchio pushing it down the line for Peru. Gets it back. Rangy right back. Get forward too much in the opening half. Certainly the Bolivian fullbacks look more naturally attacking wide players than their Peruvian counterparts.
The beauty of this competition so far is that all the teams have got players who are very good on the ball, technically good. Not just in midfield up front, the defenders are. They're not the best defenders in the world, as we've seen on numerous occasions. But their ability on the ball, the comfort on the ball is how the game should be played.
Zuniga's first sortie down the left-hand side has been successfully halted. They're looking to get him into the game more than Farfan managed to in the first half, that's for sure. Moreno forward. Decent strike, it's a good save. And there was a chance with the follow-up, which wasn't taken.
Well, this is how good they can be. Just moved a little bit in the air, good defending in the end, followed up, helped his goalkeeper out there. Raldez could have been a tap-in. Guerrero, but alert defending. We've criticised defending at times, but this time Bolivia do it particularly well.
Now you have a corner. There is Zuniga taking up his position. It'll be a goal kick.
Seems to be a danger every time it comes in the box with quality from Peru. That's where they got their equaliser from, and Bolivia struggling to defend against that.
the better head-to-head record. They've won 17 of the 35 previous meetings to Bolivia's 11. Copa America, it's 7-4 Peru. Bolivia only having won once in the last 7 meetings. They're leading here. This is Galicchio finding Rodriguez. Villamarin.
It's a little bit more verve to Peru in the start of this second half. Closing down better than he did in the first half. Moving it a little bit quicker.
Got a free kick.
A little foul again. A number of those you see in and around the centre circle.
Short by Peña. By Alvarez for the impressive teenage Campos, but ball may have just crossed the line. The young Oriente player, virtually with the last kick of the first half, putting Bolivia in front to cap a generally impressive display. Two teenage players on show, perhaps been most impressive. Mordes, 18, has been good for Peru as well. Guerrero tries to follow in his own header, but Suarez is very happy to let that run behind. Activity on the Peruvian bench. Cesar Uribe. No wish to change things round again, having already brought on Zuniga for Farfan, who, given his performances for PSV in recent seasons, has had a profoundly disappointing tournament generally.
It's a brave decision by a coach. Take one of your talisman off. But he's seen the same as us. Not producing. Didn't look to be trying to get into the game. So get him off.
Flick forward by Vilches for Peru. Free kick is awarded.
They do seem half a yard quicker than the first half, Peru, at the moment. They needed to be.
Well, it was the combination of Merino and Pizarro who conjured up that goal, which brought the Peruvians level in the 34th minute. Merino is looking to produce something similar here. Singularly fails to do so.
Again, disappointing. Tries to put too much on it.
Into Galicchio. Good pressure from Campos, but a little impetuous by the youngster. Free kick awarded to Peru.
Minute touch.
Merino. Is Mordes, who dazzled and twinkled in the opening period. Looking to drive it forward again towards Guerrero, who's generally been the target. Pizarro seems to play just a little bit behind him. But he got his head on the ball for the equaliser.
That's where they seem to be dominant, the two strikers, both good in the air. Combine a little bit better, work closer together. Could cause Bolivia problems.
Hoyos. Alvarez finding Vaca, who just managed to clip the ball away, but Galicchio's there. Here's Mordes. Gets it back. More good defending, though.
I think Erwin Sanchez would have said to his players, you have to stop. Emote, was Modis. He was the one who was creating us problems.
Just a glimmer of an opening there for Augusto Andaveris for Bolivia. Hasn't really made much of an impact as yet. The 28-year-old striker who plays for La Paz.
He's gone down injured by the look of it on the edge of the box.
Ball's been sportingly kicked out of play. Just caught a glimpse of a substitute for Peru, looking as if he was about to come on, Joel Herrera. Surprisingly, is a defender. Galicia will be coming off. I'm sure the thinking there, he doesn't look injured. The right back is off and replaced by a fellow defender.
Well, maybe he's more of an attack-minded defender than Galicia.
26-year-old who plays his football for the Alianza club in Lima. He's not going to be 26 for long. His birthday's on July the 9th. But he is on for his first appearance in Copa America, and his 5th overall. Meanwhile, another injury to Israel Zuniga, who's only himself been on for 10 minutes. And there's Arce. So there's a flurry of activity on both benches at the moment. Arce, of course, is a striker. We've already seen finding the net in this competition, scored in the 2-2 against Valencia, as the ball is hacked away to safety by Villamarin for Peru. Arce is now on. Andaveris, as you spotted, Gary, was the injured man, so Bolivia now have what we thought would be their starting two up front.
He's a different player to Andaveris as well. Lively, quick feet.
Clever play by Marino. His first involvement in the game is to concede a free kick for a shove on Juan Carlos Marino. That's De La Haza, by the way, Gary. You said you hadn't had much of a glimpse of him. Herrera getting the ball in field. Mourinho flicking it forward. Pizarro looking for space for the shot. Free kick's gone Bolivia's way. Another injury. This time to Alvarez.
We saw in that attack why Herrera's on. Full-back, the change there. His first introduction into the game was to get forward, take players on. That's what Peru have got to be looking for.
As time goes on, they're going to have to be more positive. Remember, if Peru lose this game and Uruguay win later on, then Peru will be out. So they've got to find a goal from somewhere. Here's Ismodes, who certainly in the first half looked the most likely catalyst for them, but on this occasion he's lost possession. Arce is knocked over on the halfway line.
Barge right in front of the referee.
Moreno offside.
Just gets half a yard on his mark and just plays on the shoulder of the centre half. Just gone a little bit too early. Only fractionally, but assistant got it right.
Here's Moreno again. Ball won by De La Haza. Arce getting back to win it, but free kick's been awarded for that challenge by him. Zuniga is wearing some sort of head protection. after going down earlier on. Now then.
So what about the good old shoulder charge there? Getting booked for it. And he said to the referee it was his shoulder. Thought you were still allowed to do that.
Valdez, the man going into Carlos Chandia's notebook, first Bolivian to be booked tonight. Marino inevitably is the dead ball specialist over the ball. Guerrero's up there, Pizarro's up there. It's a good opportunity this for Peru, and they need to take it. They haven't taken it. It was fairly routine for the keeper. And the subsequent follow-up shot from De La Haza is well off target.
This is the last thing you want. The ball so close to the goalkeeper. He could have caught that. There was not a red shirt near him.
Corner though. Same result. Zuniga, sorry Gary, trying to hook it back into the box. We've passed the hour mark in the tourist city of Merida. Bolivia still 2-1 up.
Or at least to show more intent this second half. With better possession. The hurry in Bolivia a little bit more than they did first half.
That looks a nasty injury there for Alvarez, who pulled up completely.
Was he just caught, or was it?
I think it was too much contact, actually. I thought he just tweaked it, maybe. Claudio Pizarro in some discussion with the referee and one of his assistants. It's been a rather disjointed second half so far. Substitutions and stoppages, and it's the assistant referee who's got himself injured this time.
Pulled a thigh muscle by the look of it.
Two happened simultaneously. We saw Alvarez tweak his thigh, and now the assistant referee's done the same. All of which rather disrupts the flow of play. Not sure whether the fourth official is going to be pressed into action or whether they'll struggle manfully on.
It's not flowed particularly well this second half, either team. You know, to get into the stride. Peru have looked better than they did, but it wouldn't have been hard to do that after the first half. Lackadaisical.
Play is back underway. I just hope that official on the far side is going to be able to keep up with play, otherwise we may have some interesting offside decisions. Or lack of them, perhaps. That one was decisively made.
It's close as well. Ball's kicked. Just about got it right. He's done reasonably well, that man there.
Well, the atmosphere is building. You sense perhaps not for this game, but for what is about to follow, with the hosts Venezuela preparing to enter the fray. It'll be coming up in about an hour from now. Plenty to come, though, from Peru and Bolivia in the meantime. It's a sight nobody wants to see. So he's blown his whistle, then we'll bring play back. This time Moreno's in the wars.
It's just a follow through, wasn't it, there? How deep is he again? Help him back there. The strikers do drop deep and try and help their midfield out.
Currently playing for DC United in the States, where he has spent much of his career. Jaime Moreno. He's been a big success in American football. Or US soccer, I should say. Probably looking forward to locking horns with David Beckham next season. It's a throw-in rather than a free kick. Arte going down on the edge of the pitch.
In the first half, Peru were giving Bolivia far too much time and space on the ball. Second half, not allowed that. A lot better. Basics are better. Closing down's better.
Marine doing the covering there. The ambulance takes the stricken player away. Might have been Jefferson Farfan in the back of that ambulance, Gary, which would be a great pity. Didn't play particularly well tonight, but were Peru to get through, at the moment it's looking increasingly unlikely. They would want to have him available.
And they've done him an injustice, saying he was poor in the first half, which he was, but we weren't to know that there was any sort of injury problem for him.
The only injury news really that we had prior to the match involving Peru was that Claudio Pizarro was the man with the thigh muscle problem. There was no suggestion that Farfan had an injury, and certainly we didn't see one in that first half, but clearly it's serious enough to warrant probably a scan at the local hospital. And meanwhile, we have a stricken Bolivian as well.
Campos, I think it is.
You're right,
Not surprised. Those acrobatics. He was landed on funny as well. Could have hurt himself falling.
The substitution is about to be made. Gonzalo Galindo is just about to come on. He plays for the strongest. So Bolivia will be hoping he proves to be a little bit stronger, perhaps, than Campos, who, despite leaving the field early, has had a really good game, and at the moment has the goal that separates these teams, and a cracking goal it was too. It's been a very disjointed second half, with the number of injuries and substitutions. Here's Joel Herrera, who, as you say, Gary, is a far more lively fullback than his predecessor, Calicchio. Galindo trying to make an early impression, but he's lost out to Moreno in midfield.
It's almost like a Premiership game. It's frantic, it's frenetic.
Here's Ismodez. He's got round his man. Half cleared. Not a good strike though. Moreno squeezing it out. There's no flag. There were appeals, and Peru have a chance here. But again, it's well defended by the Bolivians.
Just struggle to get it away there. Bouncing in the box. Nobody could really get it clear, and Peru exerting a little bit of pressure now.
Yes, this has been quite a good spell, but Bolivia looking to break it up. Arte just crossed the line. You can see what he thought of that.
That's a happy man. Not convinced the whole ball went out. He's going to get a booking.
Yeah, silly to...
First three things he did when he came on were foul, foul, foul.
Herrera for Peru. 22 minutes to get themselves back in this game. Another substitution is imminent. It's Roberto Jimenez. He's a striker from San Lorenzo in Argentina. He's going to have to wait for a bit though, as Zuniga plays the ball in. This is Ismodez. Galindo winning the ball and allowing the clearance to be made.
There again in a bad position. Bolivia just trying to overplay it. Definitely more urgency in the Peru build-ups.
Rather lacklustre in the first half. Mojica there with the back heel for Bolivia. And there's a chase on for the ball here. It's been won by the defender Villamarin. Rodriguez spreads it across to the near side, but Vilches can't control it. Modez is the player to make way, which I must say I find a little bit surprising.
Yeah, he was the shining light in the first half when he got the ball. Didn't get it to him early enough, but he was the one who was causing the major problems.
That's Senor Uribe's last throw of the dice. He's got all three of his subs on for Peru. Moreno just knocking it back to Galindo. Peru have won possession back, or have they? Substitute Jimenez doing the hard work there in midfield. Marino. De la Haza. Guerrero. Decent cross, clawed away by the keeper. Zuniga is there, and just too high.
The defender might have got the final touch there. Keeper flaps a little bit there, doesn't really get a lot on it.
Corner kick. There's the header. This time it's comfortably held by the goalkeeper.
Every time it comes in the Bolivian box, it looks like there's going to be a problem. More dominant there. Decent header either side. Got a chance.
It wasn't him, it was Alberto Rodriguez, the big defender, who'd got up to head goalwards, but Suarez was well placed.
Just look a little bit nervy now, Bolivia. Stopped wanting the ball. The man on the ball's got the ball at his feet. There aren't many options. He's looking up and they're playing backwards more times than they're going forwards at the moment. Sense what a big chance they've got. It's always dangerous if you try and hang on.
Yeah, there's 18 and a half minutes still to play. It's a long, long time. Now Guerrero just headed across by Alvarez. The clearance was completed by the skipper Juan Peña. Now Bolivia may break its arche. It's a really good tackle by Rodriguez.
That's what Arce gives you. He's direct, he's quick.
Peña again doing defending. You sense that he could become an important figure. He's the foundation stone on which the Bolivian defence is built, very much so. The skipper. Tangle of limbs there. Who will emerge with the ball? Well, there was a shirt pull on that occasion. And that will be a yellow card for Rodriguez.
Well, there could have been a free kick given any time there in that tangle. The tussle there, they both go down, both get back up. That's not a foul. And this one is. Clearly pulls his shirt.
Well, how costly will it prove? It's a good situation for Bolivia, who have been second best in the last 10 minutes or so, but Joselito Vaca, the dead ball man, will look to punish Rodriguez for his indiscretion. Reyes has joined the green shirts in and around the edge of the box. It's played out of the area. The shot is rising high and over.
Again, Buitron not very happy with his defenders. They don't pick this up at all. He's off balance this time, both feet off the floor, leaning. Didn't steady himself like his teammate Moreno did for the first goal.
Brings the right back, Miguel Hoyos, who had the crack at goal. Two Bolivians went for the same ball there, with the result that the clearance didn't get as far as maybe it might have done, but that's come off Zuniga's head for a Bolivian throw. stumble there, but it was under undue pressure. Rodriguez, who's just been booked for a foul himself, the victim on that occasion of another tussle with Arce.
He's so lucky not to be in the book himself. He's committed 4 fouls since he's come on, and at least one of those should have been a booking.
Peru have won it back. Not for long. Ross with boots upfield, but it's into no man's land. Here's Herrera.
Bit of panic. There's one criticism of Bolivia, they just tend to overplay it a little bit at times, and there's no need to.
Galindo trying to get it forward, but again, it's gone back into the Bolivian half swiftly. And as you say, there's an increasing desperation with the way that Bolivia are dealing with their defending at the moment.
Problem for Peru now, they've got to go and get something out of the game. They're going to push men forward. And Bolivia could catch them on the break. The pace of Arce.
Just a reminder, don't go away, because the hosts Venezuela against Uruguay is coming up next, live here on Sky Sports 1, and it will determine the final placings in Group A of the Copa America.
The yellow card.
Yep, Herrera, the substitute, has got himself booked.
Deservedly so, reckless.
Bolivia with a chance possibly to get forward, but it's halted pretty quickly. Hauser getting the ball clear. Pena dispatching it back from whence it came, and that's lovely skill by Vaca. Cross not so good.
Everything was right, but the final ball, so he might have just struggled to get in the box there.
Sanchez has given the ball away for Peru, which will please Bolivia. They need to try and keep hold of it, really, which they haven't done much in the last 10 minutes or so. But Reyes has found Vaca. This is what Bolivia need to do more of.
I just know they're so close to something big. Bolivia, they know if they concede, it stays as a draw, it's no good at all.
No, it would be huge for them if they were to qualify. They did actually finish runners-up in '97 in this competition. There's yet another yellow card, and it's a red one now for Herrera.
Well, I thought when he committed the foul, the referee's not sending him off because he just booked him. It's high, and it's a touch theatrical.
Well, Peru's job has just become an awful lot harder. He's only been on the pitch for, what, 10-15 minutes or so, Joel Herrera, and he's gone. 2 yellow cards for him.
It's a silly thing to do when you've just been booked, to go that high. But the referee was so lackadaisical in getting the cards out. I thought, well, no, he's not going to do anything. All of a sudden, he's ambled across, he's got his yellow card out, and then he's produced the red.
He's done his team no favours at all as Hoyos looks to exact further punishment for Bolivia. But their fans will now be believing that they can go on and wrap this one up, claim the 3 points, which would give them 4 overall. Wonderful skill by Moreno. That's absolutely brilliant by Moreno, and what a shame he couldn't finish it. That was top class.
Well, if that had been an Argentina player, we'd have been drooling, and we're right to drool over this as well. That's fantastic. Just Zuniga gets a foot in there and denies what would have been an absolute beauty.
Pelahazza with the through ball. Goalkeeper a little slow, I thought. got there just in the end, foot first.
I thought the same as you. I thought, where is he? Does the job in the end.
Jimenez was bearing down the substitute. Can 10-man Peru get themselves back? The final Bolivian substitute is about to come on. Jorge Ortiz.
Well, he's been disappointing again. Mojica. His first game, I thought, he's not a bad player, this lad, but the opposition seemed to be able to close him down and snuff him out of game quite easily.
You won't be surprised to learn that Jorge Ortiz is a defender. (23 years old). Only made his international debut in March against South Africa, and this is his second cap. But these are not good times for Julio Cesar Uribe. Distinguished player in his time, as of course was his opposite number, Erwin Sanchez. When you watch Peru play, the mind inevitably goes back to the great teams they enjoyed in the 1970s with the likes of Teofilio Cobias and Gallardo and Chumpitas. But here come Bolivia. It's Arce getting to the byline. Now, is that a corner or a goal kick? He thinks it's a corner. The referee thinks otherwise.
He does well initially, and it does come off his backside. Zuniga does well again. A couple of times in the last minute or so, he's done well defensively, especially with the ability Moreno showed.
We're inside the final 10 minutes in Merida. Bolivia leading by 2-1. But here come Peru. Pizarro. Zuniga won't keep that in.
No hurry to take this, run the clock down. So tempting, even when you're playing against 10 men, just to sit back, drop deeper, and when you do that, you're encouraging trouble because the opposition pick up on it very quickly.
Not sure how much local rivalry there is between Peru and Bolivia, but they are two countries that border each other in the South American map. Substitutes. First action of the game, Ortiz is to flick in a cross which goes behind.
Just need to be professional now, concentrate, don't switch off, don't give the ball away.
Well, a third goal would absolutely nail it down for them. Vaca was looking to create it. Gets it back. Cross is blocked though. Play on, says the referee. Guerrero toe pokes it to his skipper, Claudio Pizarro. Here's Israel Zuniga. It's a decent ball in field. Marino. Well, there might be a chance. Well blocked though.
He checked inside instead of going on the outside there. The quandary for Peru is, what do they do? Because you know there's another game coming up and it could come down to goal difference. That's the problem. Do they just sit and accept a 2-1 defeat, or do they push forward and try and get an equaliser, leave themselves exposed and go and concede another one?
It's a very tough decision, as you say, Gary. But I mean, surely you'd have to try and be positive. You can't really rely on other teams doing the work for you.
You just got to concentrate on your own group, and you know, Uruguay have the worst goal difference.
Yep. Another yellow card, looks as if it may be brandished. It's Galindo who is the recipient.
And another one. Torres.
been a flurry of cards in this second half.
It was late from Galindo.
Peru have a free kick. Time is running out for them. 6 minutes. Juan Carlos Marino to deliver. Up they go, and it's in. Peru have done it, and it's Pizarro again with another header, and it's 2-2.
Another textbook header, but poor defending again, you have to say, from Bolivia. They sat back, they've gone negative. They brought another defender on, and like I say, when you drop deep, you encourage the opposition on. It's a decent ball put in, but again, where is the marking?
Joy on the bench, Gary. Yep.
Was the Hinter offside when it was played? 2-on-1. It's a good header. To be able to see that again. The ball was played, and when the run was timed.
Well, it counts, and it means that Peru, with 10 men, have got themselves back in. Can they go on and win it? A draw would mean that Bolivia will be out. So they've got to find a goal in the 5 minutes that remain, or it's curtains for them. This whole thing has changed with one header from Pizarro. Raldez is up there, but Peru able to get the ball out of the area.
A number of times you see teams go negative in this sort of situation, and a number of times they pay for it.
What it does mean is, in all likelihood, third place would be good enough for Peru, because of the fact that 2 of the third place teams will go through, and in Group C, Colombia and the United States have both lost their 2 opening games and are in a far worse position as they tussle for third place there. Meanwhile, there is yet another booking, this time for Jimenez. That foul on Peña.
When you're 2-1 up against 10 men, you don't go negative. You move the ball, you make the 10 men tired. But they haven't done that. They've sat back and just allowed Peru to come onto them.
It's going to be a really tense final 3.5 minutes here in Merida. Goal for Bolivia would turn it on its head again. Free kick cleverly played in towards the near post, where it was given a little flick by Hoyos, but not quite enough. Corner though.
Defended by Pizarro there. Give Pizarro credit. Scored 2 quality headers, and I'm sure Chelsea fans will be delighted to see that.
Some discussion on the edge of the pitch.
Somebody tell him he's booked somebody twice, or could have sent somebody
aware
off.
of that having happened.
There's been that many yellow cards brandished over the last 10 minutes or so.
Gonzalo Galindo with the corner. He'll get a second chance to get a cross in.
Both were rubbish, to be fair. The corner and the follow-up.
I don't think Senor Chandia, the referee, has done a grand poll or anything like that, as far as I'm aware. Herrero, of course, did get 2 yellows, and he's gone. So now it's time running out for Bolivia, whose adventure could be over unless they can get a goal here. It's a disappointing cross. There were 3 players on the edge of the box there, and none of them were found.
But again, the quality was fantastic. There's the header. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. It's a difficult player to pick up and mark, but you have to do better than that.
Chelsea fans will be smiling, as well as Peruvian fans tonight. Not him. It's slipping away. Just a reminder, Bolivia would only have 2 points, which would place them bottom if they don't score in the next 1.5 minutes, plus whatever's added on. They are out of the Copa America. But Arce has played a searching ball forward. Free kick has been awarded anyway. Just confirmation of that Reyes booking. But to all intents and purposes, if it's a draw, it's fair to say that Peru likely to get through.
Okay, it's the right decision. Just. Well, Peru might count themselves a little bit fortunate to get this 2-all. Not really created a great deal of danger for Bolivia. Bolivia had the best of the first half. Just 2 decent headers by Pizarro. Poor marking has cost Bolivia at the moment.
Ball's in by Carlos Marinho. Tempting fate a little bit there, though. 4 minutes left, though. It's not all over yet, by any means. If Bolivia can find a goal from somewhere, to be fair, since Herrera went off, really have known that Peru were a man down.
To be fair to Bolivia, they've created a couple of openings. That's the last thing they want. Putting the ball out of play, trying too hard to make it right.
I wonder how much the loss of Shazmani Campos hit them, really, because he was very, very impressive before he succumbed to that injury.
He was, but against 10 men and 2-1 up, they just went negative. I talked about Argentina, they did exactly the same in the World Cup and got knocked out.
Raldez with the ball forward, increasing desperation for Bolivia. And we're going to get another yellow card.
Is there anybody he hasn't booked?
It's Zuniga.
Deserve it again, late.
Bolivia looking to have the final say, but good defending on the edge of the box there.
The mass ranks of red shirts doing everything they possibly can to deny Bolivia.
I'll make it 9 bookings if you count the 2 for Herrera so far, so
he's going in
his
there
pocket again.
It's late, isn't it? It's the right decision.
Yeah, it's Peña, the skipper, going through there on Roberto Jimenez. He'll be okay.
It's amazing, isn't it? A striker of Pizarro's quality, out of the game for long periods, but 2 goals. And that's why he's paid the high money he's paid.
Arriving at Stamford Bridge on a Bosman, of course. He will be richly rewarded, and Chelsea fans won't be complaining if he can get on the end of crosses like that. And there'll certainly be plenty of those whizzing towards him at Stamford Bridge. You wouldn't wonder, with news that expect Arjen Robben to stay at Stamford Bridge for next season. So much quality in that side. Joe Cole can expect a fuller season than he had last season with that injury. I'd imagine he's licking his lips. He's done his job as a skipper tonight. As you say, a fairly quiet performance overall, but the 2 goals, which looks like they're going to send his nation into the knockout stages of this competition, unless something dramatic happens in the last 90 seconds. Here's Arce, knocked away by Zuniga. He's worked really hard since he came on at half-time. Vaca, he's won himself a corner kick.
Good defending again, taking no chances. For the last minute of stoppage time.
It's now or never for Bolivia. Not a good corner.
Fed up of saying that, aren't we?
Yeah.
You'd think he'd just take his time, make sure he gets it in the box, and gives his teammates a chance.
You can almost hear the call at the back of the stand there from the goalkeeper Butron. Looks as if Bolivia's Copa America is over. It is. They've been held to a draw by a Peruvian side who finished with 10 men. Claudio Pizarro, the new Chelsea man, getting both goals. Moreno and Campos on target for Bolivia, but they are out of Copa America. Peru, it looks like they will march on. It finished in Merida, Peru 2, Bolivia 2.
And the look on Owen Sanchez's face just about says it all, really. Bolivia are out of Copa America. That man, the new Chelsea signing, Pizarro, doing enough for Peru to see them through. They are through to the quarterfinals at the moment as the table stands. They sit in second spot, but it could all change the complexion of the group. But what we do know for sure is that Bolivia are out of the Copa America, the first team to definitely be out of this competition.